This is KUGAN CASSIUS for IFL TV, proudly sponsored by Everlast. We're at the Wasserman press launch ahead of May 13th at the O2 Indigo. I'm joined by Harlem Eubank, who takes on Dodd. How are you, Harlem?
Very well, mate. Excited for May 13th, ready to put on a statement.
We know, and we've spoken about this before, kind of the level of opponents you've been in with. Maybe not obvious to the casual fan, but people within boxing know that you've kind of produced at a very good level. So where does Dodd compare to McDonough, etc.?
I think he's more experienced. He's been in bigger fights. He's more accomplished with different styles. He's seen way more in the sport. So I think he's one of the toughest tests I've faced to date. That experience in the ring gives you a whole level of something to overcome in the fight. So I think it will be a great fight. He's going to come and bring the heat, and I'm going to put out that fire.
You said one of the toughest. Is it not your toughest?
I think it could be the toughest. We'll have to wait till May 13th to see that, see what he presents. You've seen what he has, produced in the past. He's been in big domestic fights. He's fought in British title fights, Commonwealth title fights. So let's see what he brings on the night, and then we'll place, what level of difficulty the fight was.
I think it's fair to say that people do not know exactly how good you are. I think we said this on numerous interviews before, but I feel like after McDonough, etc., we were like, right, now we're going to see the real Harlem Eubank, etc. But now, massive exposure, obviously on Channel 5, etc. But I think now's the time for you to really kind of showcase exactly what you're about.
Definitely, KUGAN. I mean, you know your boxing. You've seen it yourself, and now's the time with Wasserman at Channel 5 to really push on and show the boxing public, and now the casual terrestrial TV public, what I can really do. And we're really gaining momentum now, and this fight's going to be a good test to show people what I can do and display my skill set against a game experienced opponent in Dodd. So this is going to be a very exciting fight, and going to put on an explosive display.
I'm always interested in people's backgrounds, and as in terms of where they can kind of capitalise on markets where you're Brighton-based, obviously. Is there an angle there to do something there in the future?
Most definitely. I've got a backstory with the football club Brighton Hove Albion.
Which I learnt today, by the way.
Oh, really? So before starting boxing, football was my passion. I played for them for 4 years for the professional club. Got released at 16 and took up boxing at 18. So boxing was something that I had to pick up and run with because I was at a disadvantage. People are training boxing from 5-6 years old. So I've really been on a crash course. But now when I look back and I can see it from a bird's eye view, to bring it full circle, and box in an exciting fight at the Amex Stadium, that's the story that attaches to the football. That's what I was meant to do. That was meant to be the story behind training and playing for Brighton Hove Albion. I was meant to go into boxing. I didn't pick boxing. It was kind of destined. It came to me, and I've never looked back. So to box at the Amex Stadium, Brighton Hove Albion Football Club, would be a dream come true.
It's fair to say that your cousin Chris Eubank has never ever pushed that element, which a lot of boxers do, whether they're into football or not. They push the element of kind of to get the support from whatever the club they follow or associated with, etc. But your cousin Chris has never actually done that, so it leads me to believe he's not kind of massively into football. But you, being released at 16, have association with the club and with football in general.
Most definitely, I've played with a few of the players that are in the first team now. So there's definitely like a personal connection, as well as being inspired by football from a young age. There's definitely, a reason to really want to fight at the Amex for me, and I believe it will happen.
Before all that, May 13th at the Indigo at the O2, Masha Dodd stands in your way. So it's all about doing a job on Masha before you can think about any of these things you're talking about.
Exactly, you know. I haven't overlooked Masha Dodd at all. Sean, he presents challenges that I have to overcome in there. He's got experience, you know. He's rugged, he's tough, and he knows how to move around the ring. You know, he knows how to operate in there, and I'm gonna gain a lot of that experience from him come May 13th and put on an explosive display.
Just finally, whispers over your cousin fighting Kell Brook. I understand talks are at a stage at the minute. We'll see what happens with that. But what do you think about that fight, first of all?
I think it's a great fan-friendly fight. Their personalities rub together beautifully. They both don't like each other, you know, since the Golovkin happenings. They really can't stand each other. So I think it will make for a very entertaining build-up, you know, press conference, fight week build-up especially. And it'll be a good fight, especially early on. But then I think Chris will dominate the fight. It will play out, and Kell might look good for a few rounds, but Chris is really a different animal.
Is that the fight for Chris that makes the most sense?
I think at this stage of their careers, I think it's about big fights that people want to see, and this is a fight that people really want to see. People have seen, you know, the dislike for each other, and they want to see it settled the best way possible. You know, two men in that ring, sorting out their differences with their two fists.
You're too polite to have these kind of aggravations with boxers, aren't you?
I think certain personalities could rub me up the wrong way. We'll see. You know, Senior and Ben, see their personalities. Chris is, you know, the gentleman, and Nigel, the aggressive. You know, doesn't take nothing from nobody. So get the right dance partners. Might spark something you haven't seen before.
Harlem, thank you very much for coming to IFL TV. I'm going to go and get myself a can of Diet Coke at the moment. Why are you shaking your head?
Get yourself a juice, mate. Get yourself some fresh juice. Let's get on this nutrition, KUGAN, mate.
I've been drinking Diet Coke all my life and I'm still alive, so what you got to say about that?
I don't think it's a good part of your diet, mate.
This is a conversation from New York.
Yeah.
Harlem, best of luck on May the 13th, and we'll look forward to a great night live on Channel 5. Great exposure for all you fighters, so yeah, and a great headline event in Bentley and Eudofia as well.
Thanks very much. I don't believe in luck, but I'm ready to put on an explosive performance come May 13th.
Harlem Eubank, thank you very much for coming to IFL TV. We'll catch you near the time.
See you soon, Cougs.
Welcome, Team Everlast, to the Team Everlast Fitness app. Download the Everlast Fitness app and find your greatness within.